Hey, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brother Abaya Buff from the DC Church coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemiah Shai Bashim Kadash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Bashim meaning in the name, call meaning spirit, Kodash meaning holy, alright? These are the names and the powers that I come to in order to profess the 100% truth. And Lord's will seal the elect's faith. Of course, Shenya Kabag, Gawala Rakabs. So claim now by Ith, meaning double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS in these times, whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth to. And of course, Shalom, wa Barakum, Labakarim, Shia Shahala. Peace and blessings be upon the elect of the nation of Israel. To them out there that's pushing this word of sincerity and truth, to you I say Shalom, wa Barakum, Atham. Peace and blessings be upon you. As you can see, the title says, behave yourself wisely as King David did. And I came up with this title and I came up with this video based off, me going through the history of our king, the beloved David. And, the numerous amount of times that King Saul at that time came to pursue David to kill him. And I thought about it and how could I apply the same wisdom that David had during that time when the mighty man, a man that has a lot of power in the nation of Israel is pursuing to kill him. It's the same thing as us. Of course, we're not being pursued the same way David was right now. But there's going to come a time to where, all we've done is good by professing the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, but we have an antagonist that wants to kill us. And even our own people, But I did want to start in the book of Sirach, the first chapter, and just read a little bit of this, and then I'm going to go into the history of, some of the accounts that King Saul, sought to kill David. All right. So this is Sirach chapter 1, and I start at 4. It says, wisdom hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from the everlasting. The word of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is the fountain of wisdom. All right? So that's one thing that you have to understand. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai, the words of Yahweh are the fountains of wisdom. All right? And the reason why is because the Lord has instruction. All right? It's a wise thing, as the scriptures say. Actually want to real quick. Proverbs, I believe, is chapter 15. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. It says, a gentle answer turn away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. And that's wisdom. All right. The scriptures tell you that, soft words appeaseth wrath. So whenever you're in a situation, and this is just in the world, the scriptures also tell us to be at peace with all men. It's in your best interest to always be temperate, in all situations that you encounter. Be a temperate man, all right? So that nothing moves you, nothing gets you out of character, and this will also save you from a lot of trouble, okay? And I also think about King David, how he had multiple opportunities to basically slay King Saul when he took his water jug and his spear, all right? And then when King Saul came into the cave, and David cut off the corner of his garment, he had multiple times to where he could kill King Saul, but he didn't because he understood that he was the Lord's anointed. And that also goes into our situation too, because it's not appointed for us to put our hands on Esau yet. All right. It's appointed for us to just prophesy. But then the Heavenly Father he's gonna reap that vengeance for us. All right. That's why I also thought of, I think that's Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Yep. It says, do not take revenge, my dear friends. Oh, this is the NIV, Salakia. Salakia. And the reason why I had it on the NIV is because when I was reading the KJV and I was listening to the audio Bible, it was kind of hard for me to understand some of the dialect of what was going on. So I put it in the NIV because, some translations also simplify things for you to kind of have a better understanding. But I'll do this. Go. All right. This Romans chapter 12, verse 19, it says, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord." And that really goes for us. And that's why it's imperative for us to move wisely and not take things into our own hands or move hastily. All right. And allow the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, to kind of, rectify everything. Okay. So I'm going to get into, 1 Samuel 18, verse 1. And I'm going to get into the story and just give you a little bit of history, because I believe it makes a better story. It makes a better video when there's a little bit of more context of just straight precepts and, you actually having a storyline. And what better storyline than our history, of our King David. Okay. This 1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 1, and it says, "And it came to pass when he made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David." And this is also another video I wanted to make too, about, what it really truly means to have brotherly love and to really love your brother. Because there was an appointed time where King Saul wanted to put David to death, when he was supposed to show up to the new moon service, or the new moon feast. And the second day, Saul was like, "Where's King David?" And Jonathan and King David made a pact that, Jonathan would save his life. And basically when it was known unto Jonathan that his father wanted to take King David's life, he basically did something and got in communication with King David. And when he seen him and he sent him off, he grabbed him and he started crying, man, because Jonathan actually loved him and King David actually loved him. All right. The scriptures even say that, he gave him a kiss, which talking about that Hebrew kiss, man, just like how the Italians did. There was a level of different endearment when it came to, having a companion, having a friend back then, man. That's not carried out today, because all these niggas bond on today is just straight wickedness. But that's why the bond that we have from brother to brother is different, because we're bound by the words and the laws, statutes, and commandments, and the trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. It says, "And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul." And it says, "And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house." Talking about the house of Jesse. It says, "Then Jonathan and David made a covenant, because he had loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him, and gave it to David, and his garments, and even to his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely." All right, which I'm actually going to grab that. I want to see what that word is. All right, just for more edification. We're going to go to 1 Samuel chapter 18. And we're going to wisely. All right. And behaved himself wisely. All right. I might actually look it up in the Hebrew. All right. Now, that wisdom is talking about to be prudent, be circumspect, wisely understand. All right. And to be real with you, that last part, wisely understand, that takes time. Okay. But it also says to look at or upon, have insight, to give attention to. All right. And that's really the main point. The main point is giving attention to. All right. Being attentive. All right. To your surroundings. The scriptures even say, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right. Roughly paraphrasing. I'm actually grab that. First Peter chapter 5, verse 8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right. And that's the same wisdom. That vigilance is the same thing as this wisely is talking about. All right. To be circumspect, have insight. All right. Have comprehension, insight, comprehensive. All right. Or comprehension. To cause to consider. All right. So it means basically to look about, to be circumspect. And let me see, 18 and 5. Give me 1 second, Akim.